So on this trip we hunted with our client from USA, Paul Goode. He decided to come to Sandwe GMA in the Luangwa Valley, Zambia.
I've hunted Africa 5 times now. Last year was the same area because this is an exciting place to come visit, and the hunting is just so exciting, and it is a lot of hard work, but you know, like everything, you get what you put into it. The main thing that I really enjoy hunting here is that there are no fences. This is all free range. These things can keep on going, and they do. It goes back to Robert Ruark and all those books that you can read. Everybody loves to read them, but until you get out and actually experience the areas that they were hunting in, it's just not quite the same. I like to get my wife to drive around and enjoy it also, because she doesn't get to see true wildlife all the time either.
You know, it gets you going, and your heart really, it gets touched, you know, it's something special.
We elected to charter in. It's about an hour from here to a dirt strip where the airplanes will pick you up and drop you off.
As we arrived with the charter, the Ellies got our heart pumping immediately. As we were driving to get to camp, we got chased for about 200-300 meters from this cow that had a young calf with her.
And they're not like, say, Kruger Park or any of the places that the elephants are accustomed to people and cars. Here, if you're driving down the road and you see an elephant, normally you stop and rev the engine, try to get the elephant to move out of the way, because they will turn and charge you at the moment's notice. I have to watch when I go home and talk about some of the experiences, because people think it's just too scary to come to. But that's part of the main adventure factor.
It's an elephant.
If you're tracking buffalo and you bump elephants, it's the same thing. You need to turn and get the heck out of there right now, because they will turn and run you down. They're quite wild, and they don't hesitate a bit to take vengeance upon you.
As a hunting guide, I use a Mauser 458 lot. I feel very comfortable with the gun. It's got a short barrel, gives me easy movement, especially in the thick brush. Sandwe has got a very dense vegetation, especially earlier in the season, and it makes me feel good, feel comfortable. I've got a good bond with my right-hand man. That's how I call him.
This is a Salco 375, and I'm using Swift A-frame, actually Swift manufactured ammunition. I've used A-frames lots of other times, and they always, you know, perform really well. Always the same, consistent.
Have you got a red dot on that scope?
Yep.
Are you using it?
Yes. Seiko has hammer forged barrels and work out pretty nice. My primary focus on this trip was leopard, buffalo, and then whatever plains game was necessary to feed the leopard. I had this made at the Weatherby custom shop. It's a Weatherby left-handed 458 lot, and it typically kills on both ends. So,
Sandwe is a place that we started operating in 2017. It was an area that had been, I would say, almost abandoned.
You've got one chambered in on safety. Yes.
And it needed someone that could take good care of it.
This is an old cotton field. So they come, and you'll see as we go over the ridge there, and they come and eat all the cotton. But we'll definitely find him along this dry riverbed in one of those thickets.
We've just found this track of the solitary kakuli, as we call them here in Zambia. Probably pass through here around 4:30, 5 in the morning. But we don't think he has gone too far, so we're going to give it a try.
The hunting is very hard, but that's mainly on buffalo because you have to track them so far. You don't just normally walk out there and see a whole bunch of buffalo and just pick one and go shoot it. You'll get up early in the morning, you'll see fresh tracks and get out and start tracking the buffalo, and this can take half a day or all day long.
The boys have lost the buffalo tracks, so they were going up this ridge here and they saw a leopard run off.
What I love about hunting, especially in this area, is that your game is not pinned up anywhere against the fence. You know, if you spook an animal, you really have to work hard to catch back up to it.
The wind is wrong. So what I think is that we call the car, we're going to hang the baits, and in the afternoon we know where they're going to go. They've gone to drink water. So we'll pick up the tracks from there and we'll continue.
But you'll walk easily 5 miles to try to get on a really good kukuli, and it's worth it.
We are searching you like a kakuli now. I was also searching, so I was confused now when I reached there. So, where is this vehicle going now?
We were looking for you. Where did you lose us?
I don't know how. I was just like this. The time I was looking up, you were nowhere. I started pressing your planes. It disappeared in the dry leaves. That's how I went to this side. No vehicle.
Yeah, let's go. He's alive at least. We were just saying, I like you. I hope nothing ate you.
No, there's nothing that can eat me.
That's what he was saying.
I can't. So,
So I really enjoy just driving around and seeing all the different animals. You don't know what you're going to find. You can find grice buck, and during the heat of the day, they'll just sit under the tree and watch you. They're a really beautiful animal.
So the setup here is going to be, the blind is going to be in this direction here, right? Definitely the cat is going to come up from this stream that we have here. There's water up there, there's water to the left, he's got food nearby, he's got thick cover, so it's perfect. We've just put half of a bushbuck on the tree, it's chosen. Now we're going to cover it with some fresh leaves in order for the vultures not to see it. And then we're going to set up trail camera in the same direction, so we're going to be able to evaluate the size of the leopard that has been roaring here for the past 2 nights.
Previous part of the year, all the baits were hit by big male leopards, and we had that on trail cams.
We know this cat lives here. There's bushbuck, baboon that live around here. So this is his area, along the stream. There's water down here.
It's a warthog I'm putting up there, second bait, and there's a big tom that lives down in this hole. So we'll see what happens. Should be pretty good though.
Yeah, from this side.
It sticks. Those who are sticking, they are the ones who are bringing good things.
I think.
Yeah.
Lots of preparation, lots of hard work put into hanging baits throughout the concession that is approximately 1,500 square kilometers.
One thing about being here is you kind of want to take some of the animals that are native here.
Can you see it? Yeah, just aim it a while.
As you know, Crookson's wildebeest is only found in the Luangwa Valley. Very uncommon in the southern part of the valley where we are located.
He's going to come in.
But luck was on our side, and you know, when the opportunity presented itself, we made the best of it.
Can you see him? Paul, take your time. Take your time. Yeah. Good shot. He's there on the ground. Good shooting.
First blood.
This is the first Crookson's wildebeest ever shot in Sandwe GMA. Solitary bull and a beautiful male. Nice hooks, long tips, yeah, old animal. Paul, day 2 starts with a bang.
Sure did. But we knew we were going to get something right off today.
This is a Crookson's wildebeest, only found in the Luangwa Valley in Zambia. And we had a go at him. Spooked us for a few times, and then the opportunity came up and we made a good shot on him, spined him, went down, and the result is a magnificent trophy.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And we still did use swift ammo on him, so.
Absolutely.
Only the best.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Job well done.
Don't tell Meryl, because this is not on the list.
Well, you can't leave a Crookson's wildebeest, eh?
I shot a Crookson's wildebeest first, which is unusual for this area. Originally, back in the 50s, they were reported to be here.
They're very common in North Luangwa, but further south, they reintroduced some, and they've started moving up. And this year, we saw them for the first time. The area has started showing its results after, you know, 5-6 years, and every year that we go by, our clients are more and more successful with their hunts. We have a great population of kudu, roan, bushbuck, Sharp's graysbok, common duiker, but of course we also have some of the most elusive species.
One important reason for me to come to this area is the number of crocs and hippos are higher in this river than anywhere else in Africa. I got a really nice large hippo last year, and it's a challenge just to be able to get out there and make good shots and accomplish what your task is. I've always wanted a croc. You don't see all of them all the time, but they're there, and you don't want to go swimming out in this river at all. People do get killed by these things, just like the hippos kill people.
It's a young hippo bull. Young boy. Young hippo.
We used a hippo bait that was utilized for a lion hunter that was hunting here at the same time.
The moment the first one starts eating, then they'll start coming in.
You can use bait such as a hippo leg and anchor it to a solid pole. And you have to have it positioned in a way that your croc will get in a position where you can actually make a good shot.
Yeah, there he goes. The first one is eating. They've started.
At first you'll have your bait there and you'll see small crocs coming in. And you'll be looking, and in about 15 minutes you'll see 10 heads in the water. It's just really interesting and scary to see so many crocs come out of the water. You can wait sometimes 30 minutes and you have 30 crocs there. The smaller croc will work its way in, start taking a bite, and then everybody will start coming in. And toward the end, the largest crocs will come in and run off everybody else so they can finish the bait off. So as this one big one would move in and bite and move back.
This is the guy.
This one here that is swallowing now. Yeah, that's him.
Oh yeah.
That's him.
He would come in to eat, and actually they'd eaten so much of the bait that they were going inside the hippo leg.
He's trying to put his body inside. He's the one putting his head in the meat there.
The big croc we wanted came in. We wanted a broadside shot for Paul.
Now he's right on top. If he turns, smack him. Obviously, he must be clear from the ones in front.
And unfortunately, that never presented itself. So we decided to wait until dark, and still, it did not come our way.
We ended this afternoon with sitting in the blind for crocodile for about 3 hours. And we've seen what we're looking for. Yep. Unfortunately, he didn't give us the opportunity. So the idea is to come back and sit again tomorrow afternoon. We've still got more bait that we can serve these crocodiles. There's a few nice ones, but there's one in particular that is really a dinosaur. So our plan is to get him. Right, Paul?
Mm-hmm. So we gave it a try a few days later, and we set up another bait. We sat in the blind quietly. Over 30, 40 crocodiles came in and out from the bait.
Come this side. You see him, Paul? He's going in now. You see him? He's got a scar just behind his nose.
Crocs have a brain the size of an egg, and if you shoot it and it doesn't instantly die, first thing is you'll hear the most expensive splash you'll ever hear when it goes straight back into the water.
He's already eating. Just be ready, Paul. Paul, be ready.
And unfortunately for us, that bait was a little too rotten. So by the time the big croc came in, he shook that bait so hard that he got a very big chunk of meat.
Damn. He's taken the carcass.
Yep.
Okay.
And disappeared under the water to finish it up with some of the other crocs.
Everybody's busy swallowing those bones. There's quite a few of them. This was the one behind eating now. Was the second biggest.
Just before it got dark, this nice croc came in. Wasn't the big one that we were expecting. Obviously, he had a lot of meat to work on.
We could not see his full length because he was smart enough to not get parallel to the bank with us. He kept coming in and kind of hiding behind everybody else. So I took the opportunity when the large one moved back, and I had just a small window.
Yeah, that's him, Paul. When he turns broadside, let that one move. Stone dead. Reload and put one in the shoulder. One in the shoulder. Perfect. Let's go.
Now that was an intense croc.
Oh yeah.
Paul made a fantastic shot on that croc.
Oh yeah.
And it was stone dead.
Yeah. Look at those teeth.
We got him. Thanks. My pleasure, sir. The plan came together.
This is the second opportunity we've had to shoot this croc. He has the largest teeth of all of them that we've seen out here. I had a couple of opportunities earlier, but too close for me. But he did come back. So shooting swift A-frames, we finished them off.
Well,
appreciate it.
Excellent job. Very nice crocodile. Congrats.
This croc had very large teeth and a large mouth. He was a little short because he had gotten in a fight and somebody had already cut off at least 2 feet of his tail, which is fine. We could not see that, but that makes not any difference to me. My wife has no, doesn't want a croc in the house at all, but it's going to be stuffed and in the house. I might have to put it in front of her Christmas tree or something.
Bait number 4.
The hunting here is actually, for an older gentleman like me, it's a lot of work. Valerio is younger and very energetic and in great shape, and so he's a challenge to keep up with. And he really expects you to be able to do your part as a hunter and, you know, complete the task of shooting the animals.
Base 5. We have 2 down here and 3 way up north, about an hour and a half, 2 hours north. Which means if they get hit up north, we're going to have to move to Marula camp for a couple of days. Down here it might be a little more simple, easier on everybody.
You didn't hear any of that, did you? No. Well, we're talking about the style, you know, of hunting over here, and that I really expected you to, where we landed, you know, we'd be several days early, and then you could have all our clothes made, like in the old British days, you know. But it's okay.
Pardon us, Paul. You know, we haven't reached to that level yet.
I know. I'm probably expecting some storybook ending, but you know.
Well, at least bait 5. Huh?
Yeah. So Valerio is a great guy, and all his trackers are fabulous. Then they'll all walk you right into the ground, which is exactly what you need. They don't miss anything with it.
This is a serious cat. We'll try and shoot the puku so we can put some fresh meat. This meat is done. It's too rotten. We've got a nice tom feeding on this bait, so we're just gonna go out and see if we can find some fresh meat, either a puku or impala, and then we'll set up the bait in the blind.
Nice impala, not good. They are coming this side. Let's try.
The elephant population is quite high in this area. You'll see mostly bulls.
No, I see the impala from there. When we're down, the impala start moving.
You'd be driving along or walking, and baboons are everywhere. Anywhere you have baboons, you have tons of impala.
He's the one on the far right, eh? Good shot. He's down there.
Yeah.
Go up and finish him, Paul.
20, 21 inch, eh? It's a good trophy. We needed bait for our leopard. We're gonna set in this afternoon. So now it's 11 o'clock. We're gonna go and prepare the setup with a blind, refreshen the bait with the impala, and fingers crossed the plan will come together this evening. Quite soon into the trip we got a nice leopard, really good one on bait hitting, and we quickly prepared our blind and sat into it. And that night we heard him coming in. He was growling and coming towards us, but something went wrong. Something disturbed him and made him feel uncomfortable, and never came back. We sat probably another 4 or 5 times in the same blind. Luck was just not on our side.
No show. Second set. No show. We'll keep on trying.
The leopard got a bit shy this morning, so we decided to move the blind about 15 yards backwards, and we're going to refresh the smell of the intestine of the wildebeest we shot a few days ago, and we'll see what's going to happen. I love the bush. I love being in contact with nature, with wildlife. I've always had this passion. I started at the age of 9 when I shot my first warthog, and since then it's touched me and it's gotten into my blood.
Big body.
Very
Yeah.
big.
Yes.
We saw this great warthog here. So we got in position and about 80 yards. What do we use him for? Bait? And he's really old and really big. Ground's harder here. You can tell how his tusks are worn off.
Look at that guy.
Got a lot of character in the head.
So we decided to keep on checking the other baits that we had hung. And I've lost count. I mean, we had so many baits hit, either with young males or females hitting them.
Big female.
Yeah, big female. Pregnant as well.
So we've got the bait near camp hit, the one in Marula hit, the one along Luangwa hit, this one hit. We have to check the 2 in Nusantara, and then we have the 2 that are Ibak and the new camp.
We had a lot of trouble with leopard this time because of the drought, and someone had been lighting the fires to the area.
Unfortunately, you know, communities do live on the outskirts of the areas, and we of course don't advise people to light any fires during the late season because it can be very destructive. And we had fires burning for over a week, and they did do some damage, and probably that was one of the causes of some of the baits not being hit. Sandwe, the first 3 years was a lot of work into the infrastructure that was not in the area. This is the Sandwe Game Scout Camp. We built this 2 years ago, and the staff that is currently building the new Game Scout Camp is going to come over here once they're done, come and plaster the houses inside and outside as well.
A lot of the money that is paid in from the hunters goes directly to the people in the communities.
Each scout camp has one.
Yeah. Building Game Scout camps, anti-poaching, employing our own scouts to beef up the number of wildlife protection in the area. And the results in the first 3 years with arrests and convictions was phenomenal. Poaching is unfortunately the biggest problem and challenges that we have because of the poverty level that are in the nearby villages, and it's one of the major challenges that we have to face throughout the year. As we came up this ridge, we found two rucksacks that 2 poachers had dropped just on the side of the road. So we quickly made up a chase, hoping that we could see them whilst descending from the hill, but that didn't happen.
We probably bumped these poachers. We didn't see them, but they must have heard the car and dropped off their belongings and scattered in the bush. Shit.
They do a fantastic job of controlling poaching. They catch poachers quite often.
They hit the vehicle so fast. Otherwise, we would have caught them. Yeah.
We had a patrol team from the head office here in the valley. Closest town is called Mfui. They had a team in the park. They were also pursuing a particular area, and they were actually successful with apprehensions of two poachers and 2 guns, a shotgun as well as a muzzleloader. And you would see that they modify these guns to suit any type of handmade bullets and gunpowder they use to shoot any type of game, and they don't look at sex or size. For them it's meat, and they need to do it as quickly as possible and bring it back to town and get it sold, and that's how they get their life going. We've still got the area for another 9 years, and there's more to be done, more that can be done, but it can only be done with your help. You as hunters are the only ones that can give us the tool, the will, the energy to continue protecting Africa's wildlife.
We're going. Yeah.
Hello, Jean.
I flew my wife with me this trip, which was more interesting. It gave me somebody to talk to more so than, you know, the other PHs and other hunters that do come through.
It's gone.
It's finished. I just want to see the photos.
There were a couple here that we found that had like pregnant females on them, stuff like that.
Wow, looks like they got that one.
Yeah, female. She's also pregnant, like the other one that we have feeding on the other side. So the males must be around. We need a B plan.
Anywhere you go hunting, you do need to take whatever animals available because you might not ever come back. So that's one reason why I got a puku. Some animals are really protected. You only get 2 puku a year from this area. That's because they are preyed upon by leopards easily. So they try to keep the numbers up.
He was laying down under the bush and, you know, bunched up with some females, and we whistled for him to stand up and presented a perfect broadside shot.
Good shot. He's gonna go down. Got him in the lungs. In the shoulder. In the shoulder. Okay.
That's a nice puku.
And they're tough animals, eh?
They are a lot tougher than I figured it would be.
Yeah.
Just for entertainment purposes, puku's been my nemesis so far.
Yeah. We finally got him.
Finally got him. He's a pretty one too.
Yeah, nice man.
Very nice puku trophy. And I'm glad that will make a good representative in his trophy room. One of the other hunts that I would like to talk about was the buffalo hunt. We tracked them hard, and the first day we bumped them when they were bedded down, and we never really got an opportunity to see them well. But we persisted, and we decided to try the other side of the concession.
Probably will get up on them before they go into that forest.
That's further up north at another camp, the Marula camp that he has.
Bushbuck is calling, there must be a leopard there.
We found the fresh tracks immediately.
It's fresh. Very fresh. We can bump on them anytime, stay focused.
These are really wild buffalo that never seen a fence, and you start tracking the buffalo through 10-foot high grass, and the whole time tracking these things through there, you can hear them like 30 yards in front of you. Yeah, but during that time, the only thing that came to mind was Capstick's books, you know, Death in the Tall Grass, stuff like that. So for me, this is reliving what happened 50 or 100 years ago with hunting in the classic sense.
Started following them, and after 15 minutes we were walking through the long grass, and these buffaloes had bedded down in the long grass, and they heard the noisy sound of us going in and out this long grass, and unfortunately they started circling in the long grass, and once again they never gave us an opportunity to get a shot at them.
Stop, man, too much noise.
So we decided to travel back, and driving late afternoon on the main road, we saw some fresh buffalo tracks and fresh urine on the road, and you know, we were just talking to ourselves saying, these buffaloes just crossed right now. And suddenly the game scout saw them bedded down on the left of the side of the road.
The first one to the right.
You finally get to the point where you'll look up and you'll look at them and they'll see you, and you have to be pretty quick to get on them.
In the chest, under the chin. Okay, bring the gun, Gabi.
I'd asked Paul to shoot the buffalo under his chin. Unfortunately, the shot was not perfect, and as the buffaloes took off after the shot, it took us some time to find some blood. and we actually initially thought that he had missed it and so forth, but then eventually we saw that one of the 5 had diverted until myself and Gabby, one of the trackers, started finding blood on some dry shrubs.
At the time, Gabby, no time.
We tried following him till dark, and then we decided to finish up the stalk in the morning.
Yeah, tomorrow morning we'll come back. Hopefully we can find. We heard him in this thicket, but there ain't enough light to go into that thicket. It wouldn't be safe for anybody.
Which we did early morning, and unfortunately that buffalo went into the park and we could not continue our chase, pursuing this great old warrior that I'm sure you will be able to see in the video. He's gone back towards this side, but then at a certain stage there's tracks of a herd over his tracks, and because there's no blood we can't see it. But I can clearly tell you that for him to go up that steep hill like that, nah, he would have never made it up there. Sorry, Bwana.
Oh well. I shot a buffalo. I'm still working on my marksmanship, and he kind of got away a little bit. I really love to watch the wildlife, and that can range from all the animals, but also the birds. I really enjoy birds, and it's fun to drive by and watch them all fly out and land in a tree. They also have the very large ones that are on the ground all the time. They have the hornbills, and they're really cool. They won't let me take one home, but they're fun to watch, and they're everywhere. And we did find I saw a nest that was at least 80 feet up in a tree, and it was a brown eagle was sitting in it. Another one that happened to fly in, and that was pretty cool because you don't see anything like that very often. You get here, there's just something magical about it. The wildness of it being like old school.
It's a group. Yeah, it's a group. Let's go.
They do have roan. That was on my list, but I didn't have time this trip to get one. They're beautiful animals. Actually cousin to the sable. And they're almost as big as a horse. So we saw quite a few of those, and they're native to this area. Next time I come back, I'm gonna get a roan. I'm going to get one of the zebras. They're still Burchell, but they don't have the shadow stripes in them, so they're just true black and whites.
Nevertheless, our hunt continued quite well. Paul shot an amazing kudu, although it had a broken horn on one side, but a lot of character. His body condition was quite in a deteriorating state. He would have probably been killed or died in the next week or so.
Yeah. Lung blood. Down. Fantastic.
This kudu would have died any time.
Yes.
Either from a leopard or a lion.
This is the shoulder mount. The horn just like that.
Beautiful animal.
Yep.
Bait sorted.
Absolutely, we've got 3 days left. Hopes are still high, knowing the area. Up to the last minute, always up to the last minute. Never surrender until the last second. So we decided to try the other side of the concession and keep on checking the other baits that we had hung. even there, same scenario.
No luck.
Keep on going. And by the time we decided to come back and see if this big boy had popped in again, he did the same night that we decided to come back to the main camp on the Luangwa River. We sat for him another 2-3 times, but he never showed up till today. Clever cat, big cat, old, with experience, and probably been hunted before, and clever guy. I guess this happens. This is hunting. This is the real Africa, and we don't tie animals with a rope. So I guess it's an opportunity for all of us to try again the next time.
Previous part of the year, all the baits were hit by big male leopards. So we're right now at a little bit of a loss as to figure out why everything switched over, other than maybe the fires. But that's really not a problem. I can come back another year for the leopard.
Yesterday, as we were going out to check our final baits, we happened to bump 6 elephant bulls, and I had asked Paul if he wished to go and have a look at them and get a feel, you know, of getting up to a nice elephant bull.
Don't move, don't move. There's a nice bull in front. Yeah, that one there's a nice bull. Let's go a bit, slowly, slowly.
They were coming through the forest, and we actually got into a position where we had them scroll through our eyes one by one.
You do see quite a few elephants. We saw several in the 50-pounder range. I don't know the exact number, but I think they are allowed 4 or 5 a year. They also feed every bit of all that to the local communities and help the communities out by actually hauling the meat to the communities.
There's another bull here. You see the difference? Hey, Paul. This guy's in must.
You know, such magnificent animals, beautiful, intelligent, majestic. That's how I feel about elephants.
But that's a hell of a nice elephant.
We did 14 days of hard hunting. It's very hard to explain because it gets emotional, especially looking at, you know, all the challenges that we have faced as compared to what used to be in the past, where probably wildlife used to be in the greater numbers than what it is. So the challenge, the drive that I have to protect such areas like Sandwe used to be, and the results that is giving me as a guide, as the owner of Kantanta Hunting Safaris, are super. I love it.
Ah, sure, missed the delivery. Yeah, they forgot the pizza.